In the meantime, another page forward, hopefully, in the story of Portland's comeback from the brink of destruction. The mayor says the daytime camping ban will be enforced starting just 2 weeks from now. That's one of a few changes going on with the city, and it's our big story tonight. The work to restore safety and sanity to downtown Portland continues tonight, and we have some compliments to hand out and some, I guess you'd call them not compliments. Let's start with the mayor. Finally, more than 4 months after it was passed by City Council announcing the daytime camping ban will be enforced. Now, whether it gets shut down as unconstitutional by a judge once enforcement starts, yeah, that's yet to be seen. But for most of you who are beyond fed up by the houseless problem, I know it's about time. Here's the mayor making his announcement this morning.
We committed to providing a 2-week notice before beginning enforcement of that ordinance. This is that 2-week notification. Beginning on November 13th, the Portland Police Bureau will be authorized to enforce the ordinance. However, they will do so in coordination with our Street Services Coordination Team. Importantly, this enforcement will take time and a great deal of collaboration amongst the Portland Police Bureau and the Street Services Coordination Team. So we ask for your patience as well as your understanding as we navigate this complex issue upon the rollout of the program.
The camping ban means homeless folks cannot set up tents and sleep in certain areas during the daytime. They get 2 warnings and then they can be arrested. The city has to offer them a shelter space when telling them they can't camp there anymore. And both the mayor and police chief warned that you will not see citywide sweeps to enforce that ban, that it's going to be more targeted and probably start with a few known problem areas that generate lots of complaints. So if that's your neighborhood, maybe good news? Hopefully. The mayor also highlighted that the city put up a whole bunch of new lights to help with safety and attractiveness downtown.
A lot of people think it's just for decoration, and it does look beautiful. We get lots and lots of comments about the lights, particularly the ones in the trees, but it's also made a noticeable impact with regard to public safety. This work has lit 75 city blocks, expanding to 1,000 trees and 6 of our downtown parks.
You know what? Good for you. I'll give you that one. It's a good move. I've seen those lights. They're cool. And the mayor says it makes a difference in crime. So congrats to everyone involved in that one. On top of that, the police bureau is going to put between 6 and 8 extra cops on patrol in downtown in the evening until early January. Police Chief Bob Day said he personally will put in some time on his calendar to take part in those patrols. That's good too. See, we're getting some progress, getting some action. The Portland Chamber of Commerce is thrilled.
But we are thrilled that Chief Day is taking over and has brought the perspective of bringing police onto the streets and into our businesses and communities the way that he has. We are thrilled, we are grateful, and we are supportive of the Chief's work here and his vision for bringing safety services to our community. So Chief, we've got your back. Good luck, and we're here with you.
Finally, the mayor urged private companies to force their workers to come back to their offices in downtown Portland.
I'd also like to take this opportunity to renew my call to downtown employers to bring your employees back to the office at least 20 hours per week, a step that the city took back in April of this year. One of the fastest things we can do to activate and improve our city is to have employees come back to work in the downtown core.
Well, that does give us an interesting pivot point here, because another group focused on reviving downtown Portland also met today and also briefed reporters afterwards. It's the governor's task force on Portland. And it's interesting, her co-chair is Dan McMillan. He's the CEO of the Standard. He used to have 2,000 workers come into work in downtown daily before the pandemic. He told the Oregonian in August that he'd probably lose a whole bunch of people if he forced them to return to the office now. So there's that. The task force is the group that Governor Kotek said would be focused on action. In August, she actually said, we can't just talk about things, we have to do things. Well, guess what? So far, they've just been talking about things. Although, and I don't mean this to be sarcastic, kudos to the governor. She did make a phone call and maybe got some things going.
I picked up the phone last week and talked to the CEO of Union Pacific, a major partner in the Central City core. They have many rights of way that, graffiti and trash are an issue. We had a really good conversation. They're willing to step up and do more on their property in the Central City. So it's those types of things that we need to see to all come together to move forward here.
I sent an email to the railroad company. They did not respond. Hopefully you folks who live around the rail lines will see a difference, although the governor had no specifics to share on what the railroad is going to do. The task force also seems very pleased with an online survey where they asked people about their top concerns for the Central City. Maybe you responded. They got 9,000 responses. Of course, they could have just watched this show and read your comments on pretty much any night. The top 3 concerns were crime, homelessness, and mental illness on the streets in our city.
And I would just also echo what the governor said about the clear alignment between thousands of survey respondents and how the committees are aligned into this task force. It's very clear what the things are that we should work on, and we're very aligned with all those who count Portland as an important part of their lives, and that's what we heard in those surveys. So very encouraged about where we are. Plans and forms and specifics are taking shape with really, they're in draft form now, looking at real clear specifics and be very crisp when we come to the summit in early December.
Okay, here's my opinion on this. I genuinely applaud everyone who's trying to help out. Good for you. Thanks for taking your time. We all want you to succeed. Here's what I don't like about the task force survey. It's a waste of time, and it makes you think that you're doing something when you are not. Why is it when a task force like this gathers, they feel they have to start from scratch, do some original research? They did not have to do that. It's clear as day what people are concerned about. Want answers? You could literally watch this program. We cover it often and hear from you every time we ask. You could also ask pollsters like DHM Research. They're a great company. They make it crystal clear. This is from August of this year. Look at that second row in from the left. That's Portland Metro, homelessness, drugs, crime. Those are the most important issues. I mean, I'm glad you got 9,000 people to respond to your survey to tell you that all over again. But come on, it's not a secret. You're wasting time. We want action. Picking up trash by the railroad tracks doesn't really sound that overwhelming, but okay. It's the only real action to come out of that group so far, so I guess it's a start. Action, people. Putting more cops on the streets. Yes, that's action. Enforcing the daytime camping ban. Yes, that's action. Those are concrete steps that the public can see, and we believe it's going to make a difference. The rest, I got to tell you, it's just talk. We are so far past being patient for talk and task forces and blue ribbon panels. Let's see some real action from this task force. That's when we'll know our downtown is really coming back. At least that's my opinion. You don't have to agree with me, but you do have to communicate. What do you think? Am I wrong? Am I full of it? Could be. Is it good to take time to study the issue for months and then prepare a report? I don't know. Let me know what you think. Send an email. The address is thestory@kgw.com or call and leave a voicemail 503-226-5090.